Hello students, we already started our chapter living world, and from the last two classes I was explaining you about the features of the living organism, and we already discussed the two features, growth and reproduction. I told you that growth and reproduction are not the defining features because these features having the exceptions. I think you might have been remember the exceptions also. Now we are starting today the features that are defining. Defining means there is no exceptions of these three features. So the first feature is the metabolism. Metabolism means the sum total of all the chemical reactions that are being occurring in the body is called metabolism. Clear? I am not saying about the one single reaction. Sum total of all the reactions whatever been occurring in the body of the living organism is called the metabolism, and these metabolism reactions is being occurring in the unicellular as well as in the multicellular organism. Now if there is sometimes we say that chemical reactions we can perform in the lab in the test tubes also, but in the lab in test tube we can perform only 1, 2, 3 reactions, not we cannot perform the all the reactions in the living organism in the test tube. Understood? In the single test tube we are not able to perform all the reactions of the living organism, so we call it metabolism is not the defining features, because sum total of all the reactions that are being occurring in the living organism is called metabolism. Now the next one is cellular organization. We know that the cell is the basic unit of life and all the organisms are made up of cell only, means but whether it is a single cellular organism or the multicellular organism, all the body is made up of cell only, and they are all the functions are being performed in the cell. If it is means that if the body is not having the complete cell, whether it is a single cell or multicellular, then it is not the living organism. Means to be the living organism the cell is very necessary. Understood? Now the next one is consciousness. Consciousness means that we are able to adjust with the stimuli. Stimuli means that we are getting the stimulus from the sense organ through the surrounding or the environment. It can be of any type, physical, chemical or biological. If we are able to feel or we are able to respond on that stimulus, then the organism is the living organism, whether it is the unicellular or the multicellular. All the living organisms from prokaryotes to the complex organisms, means the human beings all are having the consciousness, but human beings are having the self-consciousness. Self-consciousness means they are able to think and respond. For example, any person is get the accident and he is not able, means his mind is being dead. At that time he is in the conscious, but he is not in the self-consciousness because he is not able to respond to its functions. Okay, this is all about this class. Next we'll discuss in other class.